What's up, YouTube? It's about time for another TEEMO deck, and this time it's gonna be TEEMO EZREAL Puffcap Freeze. Now, the deck in itself is not really a new concept. It's always been around for like half a year or so, shifting in and out of the meta. Basically, whenever the meta becomes too slow or too greedy, this is an incredible answer and can serve as a great meta counter, because while this might have a bit of a weak early game, it gets towards its very explosive late game finishes very, very quickly. The core idea of this deck is basically that we play cheap cards only. And to make sure that we can use all of them, but our opponent can't, we make sure that both of us draw a lot of cards, mainly through Hexcore Foundry. It's one of the key cards in this deck. Veteran Investigator helps a lot as well. And in the newest iterations of the deck, we can also attack in Insider Knowledge, as well as Time Trick in case we should not find our Hexcore Foundry or our EZREAL or our freezes when we really need them. So the idea of this deck is to stall the early and mid game with a lot of freezes like Iceveil Archer, Three Sisters, Flash Freeze, Brittle Steel, while simultaneously stacking up your EZREAL targets, because all of those of course count towards EZREAL's level up. And ideally, we'll also want to have one or two Puffcap Peddlers on the board to shuffle a lot of Puffcaps into our opponent's deck. So if everything goes according to plan, we'll have one or two Foundries on the board, one or two Peddlers on the board, and around turn 7-8, we'll have our EZREAL, usually also our TEEMO leveled. We'll drop both of them on the board, and we can try to either remove our opponent's elusive blockers with beams and mystic shots, or maybe entombs, or we can just machine gun our opponent's Nexus down just with EZREAL's passive. We can protect them incredibly well with Troll Chance, Elixirs of Iron, Fury of the North from Three Sisters. And keep in mind, while that is going on, we usually also already have a ton of Puffcaps in our opponent's deck. Their deck is getting thinner and thinner. They will often be overdrawing cards, and every Puffcap that we shuffle in the late game is of course much more likely to hit. Chump Wump can help out there as well. A level TEEMO attack is usually a death sentence, but we also have some Mystic Shots as well as EZREAL's signature spell Mystic Shot if we need some additional reach to close out the game. Another attack option that can help there is definitely Corina Mastermind. I tried her as a one-off, feels okay, but not the most consistent card, especially if you draw her in the early game. Insider Knowledge can also help out if you already invested into the Puffcap game plan and really infested your opponent's deck. When playing this deck, keep in mind that the game plan is vastly different if we run into an aggro deck or if we run into a control or combo deck. So if we run into an aggro deck, we actually don't want to have the aggro or the burn player draw additional cards. So we don't really look for cards like Foundry or Knowledge. Investigator maybe because it's a 2-mana 3/2, but we mostly look for our cheap early game units like TEEMO and Iceveil Archer, as well as Removal, Thermo Beam and Mystic Shot. If we already have some units, we can then also keep those cheap combat tricks, Brittle Steel, Elixir of Iron. The main plan there is to not get overrun in the early game and to grind our opponent, make them run out of steam. EZREAL helps out a lot there because of the continuous Mystic Shot generation, but I will only keep him if we already have a decent hand. And same thing for Puffcap Peddler. Now on the other side, if we face any type of slower deck or control deck, we want to be as greedy as possible. We're mulliganing pretty aggressively for the Foundry, and especially against control decks that can't remove Peddler, we really also want to find some Peddlers. TEEMO is often a keep unless our opponent's deck plays tons of removals against them. And against those slower matchups, the idea is whenever we can afford to do so, we want to slam the Foundry as early as possible. Ideally turn 3, maybe even a second Foundry on turn 4. And get the draw rolling, get those Puffcaps rolling. And the reason why I think this deck might be a good meta call on the ladder again is because there are a lot of slower-ish decks running around right now. The Pantheon matchup feels really good, especially if we run a total of 6 Flash Freezes. We're also very good into decks like Lee Sin with all of these freezes. They also want to draw a lot, which helps our Puffcaps. Darkness is a very good matchup for us. And the ones I'm not quite sure about yet are Kennen Ahri Wayfinder decks, because on one side it should be pretty good for us because they also want to draw a lot, and Brittle Steel is absolutely amazing in shutting down Kennens, and Ahri's Troll Chant and Flash Freeze helps as well. At the same time though, they are a fairly aggressive deck. I haven't really played that enough to know who has the edge yet. And the same for TF Nami. It's technically good for us that they want to draw a lot, but if they play it well and they just try to swarm the board as early as possible and maybe set up a Shelly, buff the whole white board, they can definitely also steal a win away, because this deck is incredibly efficient at dealing with single target threats, but if your opponent is swarming the board and going wide, this deck can definitely struggle a bit. And I'll be quite honest right away, some matchups that are awful are any types of aggro and burn decks, as well as thralls. So level Lissandra is no fun to face. The matchup can be okay, but it's definitely unfavored. So if you're facing a lot of those decks, I would definitely recommend to not play this. But if you're facing a lot of Pantheon, Lee Sin Darkness, TF Nami type of stuff, maybe Kennen Ahri as well, this is definitely worth a consideration as a meta counter. And I also just love the playstyle of this deck. It's super duper fun. And if you need some inspiration on some gameplay, here are a bunch of examples.
Is it the mustache? Who knows?
Zoe Pantheon. Keep a Mystic for Zoe. But we really need Foundry in this as well. Getting a TEEMO attack throw on turn 1, one of the best lore feelings there is. Getting another TEEMO attack on turn 3, god damn, I'm getting spoiled. I'll help you with your bad draw. Like Static as a one-off in Foundry. It doesn't really have targets besides Ahri decks right now though. Have 3.
I've heard about you. Vandal scouts are never afraid.
Is it Pyke or is it Sharp Side? Should be better usually. So that if TEEMO dies, we replay the other one. Now Pyke's Gate is fine because our TEEMO flips and goes to 2. Some heavy investment. Could just try to bop Zoe for 4. Yeah, we probably should. No single combat. No sharp side. They probably have single combat here. Am I certain enough that I should swing with Peddler? Because if the TEEMO hit goes through, we win anyway, right? I think this is actually correct. Three free damage, let's go. Play both of the small elusives, I think. Ouch. Could have played Icevale Archer first. I'm not sure if that would have been better though. We made this Cataclysm really awkward. And it really does look like our opponent doesn't have any other way of... Like, no more single combat, no more sharp side.
I thought you'd never ask. Stop bragging if you could back it up. Sounds dangerous. I'm in.
Oh, damn it.
Remember this.
Probably insider knowledge. We really need to draw freezes. Keep Troll Chant to pop Spell Shield. Oh, he's at... No, he is at 4 out of 5. I thought I miscalculated for a second. Ooh, there are... I was wondering where all those Puffcaps were.
Trickster never loses because Zoe makes the rules.
Still no freeze kinda hurts. Maybe this will slow down my opponent's attack.
True display of skill.
Freezes? Anywhere? Jesus.
Require no more gods, no more demons. Cry war.
Let's do it over there.
Wait, actually winnable. Single combat beats? Ooh, let's go. Cataclysm beats me. We can beat Cataclysm with Archer.
Winter take you.
And then open Corina next turn. Drawing voluntarily. Let's go. Just maximize Puffcaps here. Hey, I think we're doing it. I don't think our opponent can win this. Like, unless we giga low roll, of course. Bob Spell Shield. Still looking for freezes.
I've always been a fun guy.
Let's go. Don't fail me, Corina.
This will be my magnum opus.
Show him your magnum opus. Best tag ever. G to the G. Go hard. Go hard is actually a bit problematic. Beam is okay. But we really need Foundry. Peddlers, let's go. That deck also does not play Sonic Waves, right? If I'm not mistaken.
Have a mushroom. Have 3.
Gohard should eat me alive. Not necessarily, though. I just can't drop too low.
Run away, Pyke!
No play on turn 3. Well, that's definitely a Wayfinder then.
Everyone here? Let's go.
Oh, if mushrooms could talk.
What did this man draw? Probably all the recalls and Wayfinders. And maybe like Palms Denies. I'm not sure if that list runs Nopify. Might be a good opportunity to play Knowledge.
Remember the plan.
Looks like a good block for me, to be honest.
Mushroom help?
Protect each other.
What? Gonna shuffle Gohards, I guess? This feels like a good moment to play Insider Knowledge, even though there aren't many caps in the deck yet. But also before my opponent shuffles Gohards. Oh, TEEMO into TEEMO's Mushroom Cloud is sick here.
Another day in the field. Eyes open. Once granted.
Let's make use of some of these cheap spells. The issue is we're running out of value, like, next turn.
Think you're fast enough?
Legend says January patch will epic.
Is that so, Kemi? Are there any, I don't know, like, leaked patch notes yet about the January patch? This we play for sure. We also play Brett. Could have done it post-combat. That actually did make sense.
Puffcaps, let's go.
Let's go indeed. Thank you for the 2 months, Liam. Oh, gorgeous. Freaking gorgeous. Okay, we still need Foundry though. We're not really going anywhere without Foundry. But we can now protect the Peddlers with Fury. Whereas Corina just cut her. Played a 1-off before, but it didn't. It felt a bit clunky. Alright, hit me.
Rain and lightning. Sorry.
Maybe I should have Ice Veiled there. TEEMO. Not even the Peddler, you're going for my main man TEEMO. What? What are you doing? Too bad my hand doesn't do anything. Like, I try to have the Peddlers carry me through this game. I don't get... Like, I honestly don't get what my opponent's doing. Okay. Can level EZREAL. Bricked? You can't brick with this board. It's impossible. It's literally impossible to be bricked at this point. Most of these decks run 1 to 2 time tricks. Oh, that's actually... I wouldn't mind it as a one-off. But it's hard to cut something. I guess one flash freeze. I don't really feel like cutting the chump womp. My hand sucks. It's enough for a grindy match, though. Yeah, I can let TEEMO go here. TEEMO did his job already. I just need to protect the Peddlers. I guess on my opponent's next attack turn, I might actually die. Blocking doesn't really make sense here. I think we're going for an open attack. Archer into open attack looks fine. Well, maybe my opponent goes for some weird end round again if I pass. Too bad. Open attack isn't that good though. My opponent has 4 blockers, I have 4 attackers. Weird matchup to watch. Yeah, I agreed. I just need to keep freezes for the Ahri, right? And I think I should be fine. As of right now, I need to survive one more attack. Ah, that's one of the worst draws. No reason to do anything yet. They play Go Hard, we tank. Some damage, but not a lot. Okay, I think we won this. Just need to stay out of Pack Your Back's range. I think we're chilling. The Peddlers carried so freaking hard. The only issue is my opponent can reshuffle Go Hards and might get some lucky draws. Wondering if I should have played EZREAL at the end of last round. It seemed like our opponent had one more Go Hard in hand, but no pack your bags. That's a hot take. Can't double Lightning Rush. Another Homecoming, probably.
They don't know what they're up against. The world's a big place.
Definitely want to beam the droplet. Because if our opponent wants to dodge the 2 damage with a recall, they draw a card. And they can't self-ping at fast speed. Wait. Oh, it deals 2 to anything. Ooh, I didn't know. In that case, they could have recalled, I don't know, Kennen and killed their own droplet. Voluntarily drawing? That's wild. Oh, GG. That was a lovely one.
I knew we had it all.
Lurk should be one of the rougher matchups for us. But freezes can still pay big dividends here. Got any news on what happened with the tournament? Which one? The seasonal? No. Internet stable? I hope so. The time glitch? Yeah, no, I never got any reply or anything. It's sad, but what can you do? I don't think we want the Foundry on turn 3. Peddler is probably a good keep. Brittle Steel is nuts. Thermal Beam's good. Yeah, this is decent. Hello, everyone.
Another day in the field. Armed and ready. Enough for everyone.
And this is a good hand where I can try to out-tempo my opponent.
I don't want to eat whatever woke you up.
Beam should be worth it. Internet, please hold. Yeah, I mean, it should be fine. I was checking throughout the last 1 or 2 hours and it was alright.
Have a mushroom.
Have 3.
Heard about you. Quickly. Price doesn't mean everything.
I tried to freeze instead of using Troll Chant. That makes sure TEEMO survives. Ooh, okay, wait. What I could also do is Troll Chant and then next turn offense if 3 sisters. That also kind of plays around Pyke. As long as my opponent doesn't hit Rek'sai here. It looks really good. Such a low value Icewell Archer though. To really go for it.
A Vandal Scout learns by doing.
Winter take you.
Just don't hit Rek'sai. Okay, nice. It's just a regular old Lurk. Ooh, this allows me to get... Okay, we'll pick this one off for free. And now if my opponent casts Death from below, Pyke is at 4 attack, right? Which means if we go 3 Sisters Fury of the North, and TEEMO will be at 6 health, we will be chilling. And I think I pre-committed just to guarantee the level TEEMO hit.
Scout ahead. Success is planting your mushroom flag.
Now we're basically telling our opponent, alright, I'm very much willing to race you down. So we'll probably still need to survive the turn 8 attack and we'll be fine. Oh, wait. Now TEEMO can die, right? Would be kind of silly not to make use of the buff. Breaks my heart to say this, but TEEMO did his job. Alright. Still feels like my opponent holds death from below. Surely looks like a pass. We might want to freeze here.
See what I've learned?
Should be worth freezing, I think. Probably also troll chance. Could keep this for a Fury on EZREAL. He goes up to 7. HP, that is. Its Nexus for 4.
Protect the villages.
Let's heal up the Peddler back to 4. EZREAL is almost leveled. That means if Death from Below hits TEEMO, then the EZREAL gets the Nexus hit through. Okay, might be no Death from Below after all. Is there a punishment to developing? I don't think so.
Time for a true
Really want the Mystic Shot to threaten this Pyke.
Goggles either.
Would a mushroom help?
Alright, if this attack goes through, we definitely win. Let's go. This is technically the bigger threat right now.
Firing.
Like a Pyke at 0 out of 15 is not scary. A Fearsome, while I have no Fearsome blocker, is could be. Alright, go get a machine gun, EZREAL. Pyke doesn't get the stacks here, right? So I'll play the Peddler first, 6 more Puffcaps. And we're going for the Puffcap lethal as always.
Fella asking for me.
Oh, you wish. Bring it on.
Peddler. There they go.
Let's see if you can dodge 100 Puffcaps. Show me what you got, Vince. Did it in style. Perfect efficiency.
Easy. Like my name.
Oh, this should be a great matchup for us. Gonna look pretty hard for a Darkness. For a Foundry. Nice. In this case, probably keep Beam for Catalyzer Dude. Should be good. Had a good run in Masters with it. Good job. Ran into two TLCs? Who plays TLC these days? I haven't seen TLC in ages, literal ages. Okay, don't play Catalyzer now.
Big head, big brain.
This is suspicious.
I thought you'd never ask.
For Joust with genius.
No sweat. Sure.
Because this plays completely into Ice Veil Archer. Like, it does play around Thermo Beam, but I don't know. I mean, I always have Thermo Beam for Veigar. My opponent already had Veigar plus Mistcall mana. I don't get their plays.
Come, it's showtime.
A chill in the air.
Wait, did I just miss an EZREAL attack on turn? Oh no, I open passed, right? If I recall correctly. So I can now let my opponent have Veigar, I think. I can go Peddler into TEEMO into Fury. Into Big Hit. Or I could play this a bit more calmly. Open attack's generally good here with EZREAL.
I know you're thinking and stuff, but could you maybe speed things up a little?
I think I want to play TEEMO when he's leveled, so I need to expend a lot less resources to protect him. At 2 HP, he's going to be so much more solid. What a waste of a mini-morph.
Hopeless, honestly.
Okay. And we go for some greedy counter development.
Think I'm still like a yodeling uniform.
Ah, misplay. Should have played Peddler. I suck at this game. Boki, thank you so much for the raid. Welcome, everyone. Came to the right place. We are enjoying ourselves. Loathing our opponents' despair that we inflict upon them with the terror reign of the Puffcaps. Hope y'all are having a good night.
Let us take a peek at life beneath the
Enjoy yourselves. Go ahead, Cocky Boki.
mushrooms could talk.
Feel free to do whatever you'd like. Ich möchte mir einen Döner kaufen, aber Trost. Just get it ordered to your doorstep. 2 mana. So I cannot protect TEEMO here. Is that what you're trying to tell me? Do I sacrifice TEEMO? Nah, I can't do that. Can't do that with a good conscience. Although my opponent doesn't play... Mindestbestellwert ist 15. That's tricky. So you can get like 3 kebabs, save 1 for breakfast tomorrow and 1 for lunch, and then you also get some nice drink. Or you just give 1 to your neighbor. Because it's the season of giving after all, right? Okay, yeah, I could go for a kebab right now. To use this to get the darkness out of my opponent, it feels really ethically wrong. I think I just play TEEMO and 3 Sisters Fury next round. Over here, this is triggering me. Chat, do you know that feeling when you sometimes get triggered by your opponent's plays? It's really weird. Has this deck changed since the last time it saw play? I added 1 insider knowledge, basically. And switched some tech choices around. No harsh winds, but doubling down on flash freezes. I graduated top of my class in business school. Ask me anything. Sumo, what is the Sigma grind set that everyone keeps speaking of? I mean, Fury plays slightly into Pokestick / Wild Feast. Payoff is huge if it goes through. Entomb is the other play. Entomb my own TEEMO, wait for the next attack. I feel like Entomb would be the better play, but screw it. We're sending it. Go scout ahead, TEEMO. Damn it. Always punished. What? Our conchologist, of course. Of freaking course. Anyway, opponent keeps on overdrawing. Everything's going according to plan. Mystic TEEMO? My opponent overhealed anyway, and they generate the card no matter what, and they overdraw. Goodbye, Designator. Now, the play might have been to just entomb my own TEEMO.
You could say I got a life wish.
It's a very sad Senna.
Not and ready.
Eye forward.
Easy Fury, go get him.
Darkness and light. For the mushroom help.
I mean, I think I even Mystic shot a Spider here. Spider, Fury, Investigator, open attack, GG. Yeah. I get more and more of a feeling that my opponent is watching my side of the board.
Observe and learn.
But I don't know, some of their plays make no sense and some others are like... There's no way you don't commit darkness here. There's no way you just let Senna take 3 damage against a deck you know that runs thermal beams. DK sounds like you're getting outplayed. I don't know about outplayed. My opponent just kind of lost Senna for no apparent reason. But I get your point.
Arrows at the ready.
Yeah, sure, you can heal up. Triple Foundry gamers, unite. You really need to go. Alright, and now the fun begins. Come on, let me have some fun. One really doesn't take the boxes. I mean, if they play double Piercing Darkness, there's a chance they cut Stress Defense. Except for Lurk. Pink City should be a bad one on paper. Investigator is a keep for sure. Troll Chant is probably good. This is a bit too squishy for my taste. EU or AM? EU.
I'll shoot the wings off a bilge wasp. 2, 3, 4. In range.
In range.
I'll scout ahead. Adventure starts with mushrooms.
Okay, and now it gets interesting. Oof. That's a TEEMO level up. And that's not a party. Wait, this is kind of hot. How do we play this? No way our opponent holds party. We definitely greet the Peddler.
Have a mushroom. Have 3. Would a mushroom help?
Make It Rain is not a card. Neither is Twisted Fate.
There's plenty of Kennen left.
Okay, this is a juicy open attack.
You'll never know what hit 'em.
They grow up so fast.
I mean, it's super evident our opponent wants to play Twisted Fate red card on turn 4.
Say your farewell.
That's what makes the open attack so good. Okay, we can heal our Peddler back up with a Troll Chant. Or we can Mystic Shot the Corsair in the back line. Could let this go through first, then we miss some Puffcaps. I like Troll Chant the most. It doesn't look like our opponent necessarily has a Pokey Stick because they didn't Pokey Stick TEEMO on turn 2. Alright. We're rolling.
Let's get 'em, crew. Stacka.
Stack all, stack all. Four TEEMO's drawn on turn 5. God, I love it.
I'll recite your rights.
I'm a peddler, not a meddler.
Okay, I can't double Fury TEEMO next turn. I definitely single Fury though. I think I like Mystic Shot Isla. Let these die to the red card. Replay TEEMO. Open attack, force a double up. We play Fury of the North.
Never lost a fair game, but played one.
Too cute to go. Nothing like the
This is literally the 4th TEEMO on turn 5. I love it. There's no development punish, right? I can play EZREAL and I could still Fury. Worst case is like barrel into Make It Rain.
Time for a true display of skill.
I never use my goggles either. Nice to meet you. I'm Isla. I'll scout ahead.
Okay, guess our opponent didn't hold double up after all. Okay, now this is 100% a... Actually, wait, Fury only gives me 1 extra damage. I can just Mystic Shot Nexus instead. And going by statistics, they should be dead.
Flammable? Is that a challenge?
Firing.
Oh, come on. This game is so rigged. This game is so freaking rigged. I can't believe it.
Hello, new best friend.
All or nothing.
I kind of want Twisted Fate to level.
You're between me and glory.
You spoiled the surprise?
There's no way my opponent deals like 9 damage, right? We just take the safe route here, do this. Do this. At least take the Puffcaps like a person of dignity, what the hell?